When I saw this collection, it was giving me beautiful, glittering spring floral vibes. And you know me, I absolutely love playing with 3D molds, and I couldn't wait to see how these syrup glitters would look molded into light, flowing flowers. Molds can be such a game changer if you like a really creative, detailed look, but lack the sculpting or painting skills to pull it off, like me. I was definitely not disappointed, as they are the perfect fit for it and they look just as stunning as I'd hoped. So let me show you how it's done. I was so lucky to receive this beautiful collection from Sweetie Nail Supply to try out. I gotta say, thank you so much. I've never tried Migothic and I'm really excited for a new brand. So this is Love Actually. And if you're interested, I've left a really quick swatching at the end of this video for a much better close-up look at all of these stunning colors. I absolutely love using molds, and this collection has a beautiful light spring feel to it, which will be perfect for these delicate flowers. Most of them have done with this mold here, and then I used this one for a few small petals and a couple of the leaves there. I've also used a few different styles and sizes of pearls. Here we've got little mini rounds, and then I pulled out some flat back pearls. I'm also using these little crystal pixies to top off that embellishment. And my base layer will be done in this milky white yogurt gel syrup number 5 and my F Gel Glam Matte Top to finish it off. So the first thing to do is picking out my tips, and I'm trying out these almonds from the new variety box of soft gel tips that I got. Once I found my sizes, I'm ready to go. Next, I do my prep by filing any excess plastic nibs and such off of my tips, and I use a tip prep to chemically etch the surface for better adhesion, because gel polish typically does not like to stick to a very smooth and glossy surface. So I don't want any lifting, and that's going to keep it down better. Now I can go in with 2 coats of my milky white base layer for a really nice, soft, muted effect. Then I'm going to go in with a matte top coat, and that's going to make my glossy glitter flowers really pop on that background. Starting with MG01, I'm going to use each of the colors to make different sizes and styles of flowers. The first one is a larger flower, so I can just drop polish straight in and stuff it in the crevices with a dotting tool. This works well for open spaces, and then I can gently spread the mold to suck the polish in and help release any air bubbles that might be stuck in there. For number 2, I have to get the polish inside a much smaller opening, and I don't want to risk ripping it with my dotting tool. So I use a tiny brush to shove it in the hole, and I just swish it around in the innards of the mold. What I'm trying to do is force all of the polish to all of the outside edges so that there's no air bubbles left inside to disfigure the flower. Somebody let me know in the comments, what species of flowers are these? Does anybody know? I'm not sure. I tried looking it up and I'm just not exactly sure what they might be. Using a nice sheer syrup like these is going to work really well in a mold, because when you're putting polishes into molds, you've got to be extra careful that they're going to cure all the way through. You don't want to be wearing something on your nails that's only partially cured, and it's really hard to get through those layers or through the depth of it to cure all the way down. So going in with something that's much more sheer is going to be an excellent idea. The other way that you can go about it is just simply to put your first layer thin with your more opaque color, and then you can use like a clear filler to fill in the back, like a base or a top gel. You just really want to be cautious. Make sure that your layers are curing. Go in with multiple layers if need be. Just don't let that uncured gel sit inside that charm that you've created, because it will not be good for you. So the last color I'm using here is MG10, which is absolutely perfect for my little green leaves. Such a nice, cute little accent they're going to be. Now I'm going to pop all my little flowers from my molds. Be very careful because they're going to be extremely delicate. So you don't want to tear the silicone mold, and you also don't want to end up breaking up any of your flower parts that you want staying together. So just be very cautious and careful, and just delicately pull it out with a pair of tweezers will probably be your best bet. So I've got my little collection of beautiful flowers started, and I even tried making some butterfly decals to add to the nails, but with such a sheer syrup, it made the fine lines really tough to make out, and they got kind of lost on the nail. So I just decided I'd be better off skipping them. The next thing I do is play around with the colors and placement. I want to see what looks good for each individual nail, but I also need to make sure that they're like a cohesive set as a whole with some good color spread, and I try to avoid repeating the patterns too close together. Once I'm really liking how my layouts are set up, it's time to secure the flowers and then start adding on all the little embellishments. I'm going to start with adding a thicker top coat, like my Crazy Top Standard, to a mixing palette, paper, whatever you're going to use, and that way I can dip my flat back pearls into it and also roll my caviar beads around and the little round pearls into it. This makes picking them up to add to my surface much easier, and they stay in place a lot better on the nail. Then I just shift everything around on the nail until I really like the look of how everything is sitting. At this point, it looks just lovely, and if this is all I had to work with, it would still make a beautiful set of nails. But something's looking a little off to me, and it takes me a while to realize that the metallic look of the silver caviar beads is what's throwing it off. It's just not quite working for me. So I removed them. And as it turns out, luckily for me, I have some beautiful round crystal pixies that are going to be just perfect to swap out. I find that using the clear crystal pixies just really gives this a much more light and airy, bubbly vibe to it that I just love for a really cute spring look. So then I'm just going to go through the rest of the nails, trying my very best not to overdo it and add way too many. I make sure to alternate between the flat back pearls and the little tiny rounded ones, trying to keep them in groups of 3 because that's a lot more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and then filling in around them with the cute little crystal bubbles and making sure that they're not like lumped together really bad. I want them kind of floating off into different areas. It keeps that kind of delicate, ethereal look. I use my little mini petals that I've made as kind of like a gap filler and a joiner to go from one of the bigger flowers to the other, just to kind of fill in the space and in some cases blend everything together better. I feel like I may have gone a little bit overboard, which is just a given for me. I kind of always do that, but they still turn out really cute and just, I don't know, really delicate and fun. Now, I really find when doing 3D elements like this with so much of it that you end up with a lot of glare from the lights hitting all of the different surfaces. So I do like to go with matte as much as possible. In this case, the matte wouldn't work well for the flowers themselves, so I made sure to go with a matte base, and then I'm going to go in with a gloss, a really nice thin glossy top coat here, my MAYO top coat, and I'm just going to cover all of my flowers, all of my pixie crystals, all of my pearls, make sure everything is nicely sealed in. Because remember, those flowers are not a no wipe top gel. So we want to make sure that they're sealed and that all my crystals, pearls, everything else is sealed really well. And it is going to get onto my surface, obviously. So I'm going to have to go back in with my matte top coat and just kind of skirt around the edges to clean it up really nice so that I have a nice matte background and a really beautifully sparkling, glossy adornment on top of it. Well, what do you think about how these turned out? Are you wearing them, or is it two-dimensional for everyday life? Hit that like and subscribe button for more nail art designs, and let's talk about it. I love trying new ideas and revisiting the favorites to see what we can make of them. These nails are reminiscent of a set I made last year with another beautiful flower mold that I absolutely love. I didn't think I could top them, but who knows? You be the judge. These polishes were perfect for this project with such a light, delicate spring feel. If you're loving them as much as me, I've left a link in the description below where you can pick them up at Sweetie Nail Supply, and using my code LYN will not only support my channel, but save you money as well. We all get a win. I really appreciate you getting this far through the video. And if you like, stick around to the end for this quick swatching to see what beautiful glitters are hiding inside these sweet syrup polishes. MG01 is an off-white. It's leaning a little bit kind of taupey, grayish, and it's got a pretty typical silver white type glitter in it. Very lovely, very neutral. It'll be super easy to use. MG02 is a red, but a very light rosy blush type of a red. And the glitters we're looking at, there's pink in there. There's really beautiful shifts of gold. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. MG3, this is a very soft baby pink. And depending on the light, your glitters inside shift blue, green, purple, and there's some pink ones in there as well. This is one of my favorites, after, of course, the purples and blue for me. MG04, this is orange. It leans a little bit peachy, but under artificial light, you've got gold and peach glitters. And when you put it into natural light, you're seeing green, and that gold is a little more yellow toned. MG05, this is a very light peach with maybe a hint of pink. It's got the same glitters as 03 does, with pink, blue, and green under artificial. And in the sun, we've got flashes of like a dark blue and a red orange. MG06 is a very pinky purple. Under bulbs, we've got purple and probably orange glitters. And then daylight, we're looking at a pinky purple glitter and almost gold, I'd say. MG7 is a super light pastel purple, and the glitters under bulbs are very just silver straight up and a little bit of purple. But once you get into that daylight, you've got still the silver glitters, but the purple are leaning very pinky magenta bright. It's very much got a vibe like number one with those silver glitters. MG08, this is a beautiful purpley purple, just the way I like it. Under bulbs, we've got green, blue, and some little bit of purpley glitters, but you get into that daylight and it's a much darker blue again with some bright magenta purpley glitters. Just gorgeous, this one. Number 9, we have got here a purple leaning blue, and our bulb glitters are orange, pinky purple. Once you get into daylight, we're looking at more of a orange, yellow, gold, green kind of a shift. Then, of course, last we have MG10, and this is a beautiful teal green syrup I absolutely love. Artificial bulbs, we've got green and blue glitters happening. Once you get into daylight, it's a lot of blue glitter. You barely see any of that green, and it's very bright and bold, like a darker blue. Here's our full collection, and of course, as always, I've done matte at the base and glossy to the tip, with the very tip having that second coat on it so that I can see the difference when I'm pulling my colors for doing art, how many layers I might be needing. Really helps me out, so I have a very quick reference to check out. These are not a flash reflective glitter really, but they have so many color shifts depending on whether you're under artificial or natural light. It really makes a difference for some of them. So that's a lot of fun to play with because you never really quite know what the effect is going to look like until you pull them out and play with them. Hopefully you enjoyed checking them out in that quick close-up swatch. And thanks again so much for joining me, and to Sweetie Nail Supply for trusting me to show off their products. I just can't say enough about how much I love Korean gels. Hit that notification bell if you want weekly reminders when my videos drop, and check out this next one to keep the creativity flowing. As always, until next time, don't forget to love your nails. Bye.